Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a 2022 Nissan Sentra SR. I forgot to film the intro for this video at the auto show, so that's why I'm filming the intro now. And a quick shout out to Elise for filming this video. This was one of the videos that she actually filmed, so shout out to her, but let's get right into the review. Now let's take a look at the Nissan Sentra SR. First off, you guys are wondering, powering this car, we have a naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder, goes to a CVT automatic. It's good for 149 horsepower and then 146 pound-feet of torque. And you can see here with the front end, notice you've got the Nissan logo that actually doubles as a sensor, which is pretty cool. And I think overall, from a front end perspective, the new Sentra looks great. I love it in this orange color because you've got some gold metallic flake in the paint. So it kind of gives it like a bronzish hue in a sense, which I think looks great. You guys can see the Highway MPG, which is pretty solid if you ask me. And it's cool that Nissan put these little like poster things up so you can just see some basic info on the vehicles. Now notice that we've got the black roof here on the Sentra, and then the mirrors are also blacked out. I think it's a nice contrast to the orange on this particular car. I think you can see the wheels are also blacked out to kind of contrast the rest of the car, and I think that looks great. And you guys will notice there is some cuts in the clips. The GoPro was being super annoying that day, and it kept just shutting off randomly. And so Elise actually had to film like several clips on each of the cars, if you guys are wondering on that. But anyways, going to the door handles, you guys can see those are body painted. And notice you got some chrome trim around the windows, which is kind of interesting because, you know, this is, you'd think it has like just mostly a sporty theme, but then you've got like random chrome elements thrown in, which is, I don't know, interesting to say the least. Love the taillights on the Sentra. I think those look great as well. And then you guys can see down below with the parking sensors and the whole diffuser situation on top of that. And I think all of that's nicely integrated there. And then notice all the badges on the back are also finished in chrome to kind of go with the overall theme, where you've got some blacked out elements and then some chrome elements as well. And the rear end of the car, I think overall, with the spoiler and all that, I think it looks pretty good. Now, going from that to the passenger area in the rear, first off, you guys will notice inside, it's actually got decently spacious for a small size car. You guys can see they bring the orange accenting to the interior of the car with the seats, which is pretty cool with the stitching, but it's not like overwhelming because they just do it with the stitching rather than doing it all over or making the seats orange, for example. You got nice padding on the door panel and all that fun stuff. And then you can see popping here to the front, kind of like the overall design there. And notice you've got keyless entry there on the door, which is great. And then you can see popping the door open. Notice with the mirrors, you can get blind spot monitoring with the Sentra if you want. You can see the material used here on the door panel with the stitching, and then all down below with the padding. And notice the speaker right there for the sound system. And then you can see all the controls for the window. Notice we've got the carbon fiber trim with the Sentra as well. Got the Sentra logo right there. And then you guys can see the pedal layout down below. Kind of dark, but also notice here with the front seats again, with the orange contrasted stitching, you got like the piping in the center of the seat, and then also center console with the orange stitching. So they bring a lot of that into the interior here with the Sentra. It's also on the steering wheel. Notice with the gauge cluster, it's got the screen in the center with the analog gauges on either side. And then you can see here with the center console, in terms of storage space, you have a charging port in there. And notice here with the cup holders and the shifter for that CVT automatic. Then you got your climate controls and the infotainment system, which is a touchscreen. Got the manual mirror dimmer. And the car does come with a sunroof as well. And then, last but not least, pop back to the outside, because we got to look at the storage here in the rear. So you guys can see trunk space. And again, Sentra's not a huge car, but it has a decent amount of storage, which is great. And so you can see closing it's actually pretty easy as well. And yeah, that is the Sentra. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this color, and then the interior, all that kind of stuff, and just the Sentra in general, if it's a car that you'd like to get as like a commuter type vehicle. And yeah, there you go. So setting off in the Grand Cherokee L Overland, and first off, I want to talk about the seats, which, speaking of seats, throw on the massager right now. We're gonna do yeah, rock climb. That works out. Got it on high, and this definitely does feel like a luxury vehicle. Jeep has nailed it with that. So seat comfort's really good. These Napa leather seats really nice. Yeah, the bolstering feels great on them, and it's just a comfortable seat. It's a supportive seat as well. And then the ride quality with the Grand Cherokee L is great too. It's very smooth and comfortable. When you go over bumps, it doesn't upset the vehicle, and it just lends to the luxury experience. Steering's very light. It's got a decent amount of directness to it, but it's just very easy to drive. And you really do feel like you're in just this nice, smooth luxury vehicle. And it reminds me of like a Range Rover. It really does. And then slowing down here. Yeah, braking's great. And it feels good. Pop it over into the sport mode, so everything gets a little bit more aggressive. And something else I want to mention about this interior, and again, this is the Overland, so this isn't the super loaded up Summit or anything like that, but it's still like, like there's like up here at the top, it's soft to the touch. A lot of things that you look at also look just really nice from an aesthetic perspective. And then yeah, definitely the touch points, like the steering wheel, great. Paddle shifters, they have nice metallic trim on them. You can kind of hear it. So those feel nice too. And so it's just everything with this just feels really good. So again, it kind of lends to that luxury experience. In the sport mode, it actually pops into Aero Mode, which is kind of interesting. But we're in the manual mode, I suppose. Really smooth. The gear shifts, they're quick too. Downshifts are also quick and smooth. Yeah, even into first gear, it's very smooth with the transition. I just drove a Durango Hemi before this. You can get the Hemi in the new Grand Cherokee L as well. And I'll say, the Hemi's great, sounds amazing, but this is more than enough power, especially for around town use. If you're not doing a whole lot of highway miles, I would just get the V6. And if you do a little bit of highway driving, this still has decent passing power. And so I guess we'll get into setting things up here with the Overland Grand Cherokee L.